Greetings, this is Madame Sharkani, and today we have a very interesting reading about forward action, direct action, things happening really fast and in an unexpected manner. Having someone come into your life that is unexpected but who comes with very good intentions. This is also a love reading, okay? So let's take a look at what's going on here. First, we have the High Priestess. And we've got the High Priestess in combination with the Four of Cups. This is somebody who's a watcher. This is somebody who knows things. This is somebody who is remaining quiet, keeping secrets, keeping their knowledge under wraps. And as a result, for some reason, something in their current situation or most recent past, it has put them in a place where they haven't wanted to make choices or decisions or open up their heart to anyone in their life, even though Spirit has made some options open for this person. This is a person that has been waiting for something. This is a person that has knowledge. You see the High Priestess standing above like a sideways crescent moon here. And original depictions of Mother Mary were of her standing in the same manner on top of a crescent moon. So whomever this is, they've got some secret knowledge about an offer that is coming up. They know that timing is really important, and they know that whatever they are intended for in their future is very special. And as a result, they're not willing to just take any opportunity. They're looking for somebody who is kind of built a certain way. But the unfortunate thing is that this person might be waiting too long for something. And then we have this followed by the Eight of Swords. And this person, as we've heard many times, is thinking way too much. And as a result, they are not paying attention to their intuition, although they are very intuitive. This person has just went through a period where they are not connecting their subconscious and conscious minds in a manner that allows them to take effective action in their life. It's like, one moment they're really into their subconscious and they're not paying attention to what's going on around them, nor do they want any part of it. And then the next minute they're way too into, they're overthinking everything that's going on around them, and they're rejecting their gut feelings and their instinct, and it's keeping them blindfolded to everything that's going on around them. In addition, this is somebody who doesn't like the people that they're surrounded by, and as a result, they're keeping tunnel vision and they're turning a blind eye to everything that's going on around them because they don't trust the scenarios around themselves. However, big change coming. So the Eight of Wands comes in, and that's attached to the Eight of Swords. And whenever you get two eights in a reading, that means that big change is coming after a long period of stagnation. So this person finally gets the green light in their lives in order to open themselves up and move forward. Whatever they've been waiting for, all of a sudden they get news, information, it comes in really quick, and their life starts moving forward. They've almost been so preoccupied with waiting and watching that this comes as a little bit of a shock to them, because now they've gotten comfortable waiting, watching, and ignoring the actions of the people around them while trying not to get what is it when you get stuck or you get encompassed or you get wrapped up in what people are doing around you, people that you don't really necessarily agree with. This person's gotten so stuck isolating themselves that now all of a sudden they get to move forward, and it's going to throw them off kilter a bit because Wheel of Fortune comes into place, and this is promising some type of good fortune and abundance. It's like their trains come in, their ship has come in. They can finally move forward, and it's going to take a little bit of adaptation for them, but they are going to be making a move. And because they've spent so much time thinking things through, thinking things over, that's going to kind of carry with them into the new phase that they're moving into. And when they should be just kind of letting go of what happened while they were watching, waiting, and observing, they're kind of taking some of that mental baggage with them, and that prevents them from choosing the best direction for their lives effectively. And they put the blindfolds back on. But when you go from Eight of Swords to Two of Swords, there's definitely some progress here. And then you go from Six of Swords to Two of Swords. This person is slowly letting go of the baggage. But in the High Priestess card, you originally see the moon in this position when they're very connected to their intuition. And here we go again, as I said before, this person constantly, you know, they start rejecting their intuition regularly, and they do this when they're thinking too much. They're too much in their head, when they're thinking too much consciously about what's going on in the conscious world, and they start rejecting their subconscious knowledge. And you see the moon's flipped in another direction, and the blindfolds are back on, but this time they're more confused, and this has to do with some mental health issues, fears and anxieties about, you know, where they're going, and they can't afford to do this because they're now mid-travel, mid-journey at this point in the reading, and they're on the water, and they're distracting themselves from their intuition, and they're caught up in their head again. However, their end and the outcome of this reading is celebration, unity, acceptance, being embraced by family, friends, a support network. This person is failing to see that they have accomplished a great milestone in their lives, and they're almost afraid to cross the finish line. They're like, whoa, 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 I can't do that. And it's almost like, you know, when something really good happens to someone, they start self-sabotaging because they just can't believe their eyes. They can't believe what's happening around them. And seeing as I see these blindfolds a lot, somebody might have some vision issues, some inability to see forward. They're intentionally having some problems there. So some of you in the collective might actually have some issues with your vision. Regardless, this new phase in one's life is kind of throwing them off guard, and the universe is telling them to take the olive branch, to take the forward movement, to take the celebration. They fought hard for it, and now as a result of their accomplishment, a lot of people are going to be fighting for their admiration, fighting for their resources, fighting for their understanding, fighting for their knowledge, and fighting for their attention. And they're also going to be kind of, this is going to scare them off again, and this might have a lot to do with why all of a sudden they just stop, because they see what they've accomplished, what they're deserving of. They're getting an offer from far away. They're getting resources from far away. And a lot of people might want to resist their success and then at the same time capitalize on it. And then we get Nine of Wands. This person gets really defensive. But because it comes in with the Nine of Wands, because it comes in with the Knight of Cups, I think somebody comes in and finally offers this person this cup that they've been secretly wanting in their lives, secretly hoping for. And they offer to protect this person from all of the drama that goes on around them, to offer some type of healing path forward, healing movement forward, and to offer them some solace over their fears, to kind of assist them in knowing that everything is going to be okay, and that they're willing to be there with new propositions, new happiness, and new love, some type of romance, some type of gentleness. And even though the Knight of Cups is seen as being not kind of lacking dependability, in this situation, this Knight of Cups is just coming to the table with more of a youthful proposition, because this person has been very serious in their life. We have the selenite stone, and this is all about reconciling with people, reconciling with love, having old lovers from the past return, bringing love into one's life. Pregnancy, this is also known as the moonstone, closely associated with a moon goddess. This stone brings about purification and healing of all people involved in a situation. This stone is foreboding well for childbirth, reproduction, and love and happiness. And then we have the reed here represented by Nettle in the Celtic alphabet, number 13, success after lessons, connection to the divine. The selenite is connection to the divine and angelic realm. The reed, Nettle, is also associated with broom and fern. This is about seeking comfort, getting a comfortable protective barrier in one's life. This is about physicians, healing, and healing wounds. So some of you might be having an issue with having babies, but that should be solved soon.